Hey guys, this is Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're taking a look at a couple of FURA gear knives. And yeah, we're going to look at two knives today. They have a lot of similarities, and so we'll just go over both of these and take a look at it. I also wanted to let you know that right now it has started the September sale at GearBest. Yes, I know it's still the end of August, but the sale has started. It's one of their bigger sales of the year. They've got games where you can win stuff. They got coupon codes. They got stuff on sale. All kinds of stuff like that. So if you're looking at that kind of stuff, there you go. I just did want to say one thing about Canadians buying knives overseas, especially someplace like GearBest. I do suggest that it's good to get the insurance because sometimes packages get lost. But the insurance does not protect against CBSA taking your package. That's still a package that's known where it is. It's not lost, it's not stolen, it's not damaged. It's simply that our government decided to take it away from us, which isn't GearBest's fault or their liability. Because, like I said, the knives are known where they are, and they're not lost or damaged or stolen. And that's what the insurance is against. The best case scenario is if you can find somebody from the United States to get your package, and then they mail it up to you. It's got the best chance of getting into the country, but even then CBSA sometimes takes stuff. But these two FURA gear knives we're going to look at, the first thing I'm going to say is they claim to be D2 steel. They are most likely 8CR13 or 8CR14 MOV stainless steel because of tests that some third parties have done. I think they're still worth what they cost at 8CR13 because the Rockwell hardness has been good in the tests. And in my experience, I've reviewed a number of FURA and FURA gear knives, and they're actually quite good. This guy's under 20 US. This guy's just over 15 US right now. And GearBest has got this same shape in a slightly different a blade that's got a swedge and a slightly different grind on the G10. Instead of this colorful stuff, it's more geometric. Both of those, same price, $19.54, I think, American, and 15 something American for this guy. So why don't we go put these on the tabletop, take a quick look at these, and you can decide if you want to get one or not, or just simply go to my links down below for GearBest and check out their sale and see what's going on. And remember, GearBest ships into most countries around the world. Not all of them, but most of them. So keep watching. We're going to take a look at these two knives right now, coming at you right now. I just said right now twice, didn't I? I got to pay attention. Why are you still watching me? Go to the tabletop already. Here's the size comparison shot. I lined up the pivots right there. Blade length, very much the same on both. And the handle length, just a little bit shorter than on a Rat 1. You know, the Rat 1's got the different angle right there. So, you know, the handle right here comes a little bit further out. You know, there's a space there. And the blade's very much the same. So it's a good full-size knife. And these two have the same dimensions. The weight's a bit different between the two, but the blade length and the handle length are the same. And the thickness of the blade's the same. The thickness of the handle is very close. I'm just going to go over some of the dimensions, and I'll just do those right off the bat right here. The blade length is 9 centimeters, which is about 3.5 inches. The handle length on both of them is about 11.5 centimeters, which is about 4.5 inches. The 3.5, actually, the blades are 3.5 plus a tiny bit, and then 4.5 for the handles. So that equals about 8 inches. 3.5 and 4.5 equals 8. What am I thinking? So it's just over 8 inches long for each of these, which is about 20.5 centimeters. The weight on these, the black one is heavier. The black one is 155 grams, 4.45 ounces. And the brown one here is 134 grams, 4.75 ounces. So under 5, almost 5.5. They are both liner lock knives. The lock release works the same way. Lock up, this guy is exactly where I want a brand new knife to be. It's just early on right there. maybe a tiny bit after the edge, so maybe not exactly, but very close. This guy's sitting even better, like right where it's supposed to be. This guy, let's see if I do it hard, it might go further. Yeah, it's a little bit past where I like a brand new one to be, and this one's right where I like a brand new knife to be for lockup. No blade play side to side, but both of them, but especially this one that's got flat screwdriver heads, the pivot screw is coming loose during use. So again, Vibratight VC3 thread mate instead of thread locker is my choice. You know, thread locker can work, but I like the thread mate made by Vibratight. It works very, very well. And they both are quite comfortable in hand. You know, that's all the dimensions and stuff I'm giving you. They're both quite comfortable in hand. They both, you know, are easy enough to unlock and lock and, you know, deploy. Decent knives. The flippers are very much the same shape. Light switch method works. A little bit of a pushback. Whoops, they hit each other works. So the push button method works fairly well, and the light switch method works perfectly. The grip in the hand, this guy's got this sort of chevron shape in there. Very good and grippy. Very solid grip without being aggressive. And this guy's got this sort of stone texture on it, but really it's G10 that's been milled that way. And it's even more comfortable in hand. Maybe not quite as much grip, but more than enough grip that it needs. This guy's a full flat grind. You can get it in this black acid wash, sort of stonewash acid wash. They also have another one of these with, I'll show you a picture of the other one right now. It's got the exact same shape liners. The blade, though, has that swedge before it comes down and slightly geometric handle scales, but it's the same size and weight, and probably the same weight. The specs said on the internet that it's the same weight. And it's also, you know, 1954. And so there's a couple choices here and one choice here. This one's a saber grind, and then you've got a flat section here. This one's really easy to clamp onto a sharpening system to resharpen. And, you know, the sharpness on both of these is not terrible. This one came in at 185 and this one came in at 180, which is reasonable, not bad, and under 200 is considered sharp. And the grind angles, I don't have the exact specs, but from looking at them, they are, you know, pretty good. The grinding is fairly even most of the way along on both sides, and they're fairly close to what you want, and that is 20 degrees per side. At least that's what I want. For the average EDC knife, that's a really good kind of angle. So G10 layers, solid G10. This one's a bit cheaper. The pocket clips are another thing to talk about, and let's take a look at those. The pocket clips are very different one from another. So let's talk about this black guy first. It's got one of those where it drops down and then the tip comes up and folds flat. I really like that. That slides onto pockets very well. And this guy's more of a, you know, shape that comes down and the lip comes up. But both of them work fairly well in a pocket. 3 screws, 2 screws. Where's my pants? Right here. Yes, I'm wearing pants. These are other pants. So this one, it's also deeper. What do we have here? I think it's about 3/4 of an inch, 2 centimeters that it sticks out of the pocket. And there it goes, just like that. This guy's a bit less. The spoon is a little grippy. It's a little bit harder to get it over, but it goes in relatively easily when you're wearing your pants. See, it hides a bit better. And, you know, this is more like a 1.5 centimeters, about 1/2 inch. So 3/4 of an inch, about 1/2 inch roughly. And that's how they sit. So I like this one. That's more of a stonewash treatment on the pocket clip. I like how this one works, but I like how this one looks and feels. Neither of them are really hot in the hand. And, you know, they just are very similar that way. This one's got a big lanyard hole, that big oval stretched out racetrack or whatever you have. And I like the placement for it. This guy's got no lanyard hole at all, although there's plenty of room here for you to put one. You just need some good drill bits to that drill through stainless steel. It's not hardened stainless steel. I doubt the liners are hardened, and so you should be able to drill through those with good steel drill bits made for steel. So if you want to do that, you could do that. And, you know, there you go. That's pretty much these knives. I like how they handle. I really like the look of this one and the feel of this one. Very comfortable. It's more me than this one is. But this one is a little bit, since it's a bit bigger this way, this one was a little more comfortable for extended use than this one was. So there's pros and cons both ways. Sharpener's choil, not very good on this one. It should be out just a little bit further. This one's pretty good where the sharpener's choil is. This one's, got a plunge that's an angular plunge. So you can see how the light reflects right off here. That's sort of flat on an angle. So you've got flat and then a straight angle down, and then you've got the grind. And this one's one of those dished bevels where it's sort of rounded going in. Just a couple different treatments. Drop point, and this is a straight back. But they both have decent amount of belly, decent amount of flat area. The actual cutting surface is very similar between these two, and that's another reason why I put these both together. This one's got a locked pivot pin, so that's good. This one, you might need to put it on a system and then use 2 flat screwdrivers to adjust it. But no big deal either way. No skeletonizing on either of these. A little bit of a backspacer here instead of open pillar. I forgot to talk about that. But I like them both. Again, these are under $20 for US dollars, that is. And the reason I do US dollars is because, my videos watched around the world, and Canadians know the value of their money against US dollar, or they can easily look it up. And people in other countries, know as well. And then most of my viewers are Americans anyways, and so I just use the American dollars. A little over half of you guys are Americans. So thanks for watching Canadian Cutting Edge, guys. Thanks for liking my channel. Thanks for sharing it. Thanks for subscribing, hitting that bell so you're notified of all the videos. And again, I want to remind you guys to remember to always cut towards your chum and not your thumb. Bye now.